Everyone thinks they know the dangers of the Philippines. But the real risks aren't the ones on the news. They're the ones nobody warns you about, until it's too late. You land in the Philippines for the first time. Warm air hits your face, palm trees sway, jeepneys roll past. Everyone is smiling. Strangers greet you like an old friend. It feels safe, warm, welcoming, almost magical. And that's the danger. Because in the Philippines, the real risks don't look like risks at first. They look like kindness, hospitality, comfort, trust, friendliness, convenience. And many foreigners never realize what's happening until they're trapped in debt, trapped in relationships, trapped in family expectations, trapped in a lifestyle they can't escape. Or worse, they never realize at all. This video is not about crime statistics. It's not about street scams, petty theft, or the same tired tourist warnings you've heard 100 times. Those are obvious. This is about the dangers hidden in everyday life. The ones tourists laugh off, the ones expats ignore, the ones you don't understand until you've lived here long enough to feel them. So sit back, listen closely, and don't skip a second, because what you're about to hear may change the way you see the Philippines forever. The illusion of safety. The first danger in the Philippines is how safe you feel. You walk through markets at night, people smile, kids wave, vendors laugh with you. And slowly, you start letting your guard down. You carry cash, you trust strangers, you overshare, you show your belongings, you feel invincible. Because nothing bad has happened yet. That's how many people get caught. Not by crime, but by comfort. Because comfort leads to routine, and routine leads to vulnerability. Slow burn scams. In the Philippines, the most dangerous scams are not fast. They are patient. They don't take your money in one day. They take it slowly, piece by piece. Trust first, then connection, then emotional attachment. Only then comes the request. And it doesn't feel like a scam. It feels like helping, supporting, being generous. Months pass, and by the time you realize how much you've spent, you're already emotionally invested. And that is when it becomes dangerous. The kindness trap. Filipino hospitality is beautiful, warm, loving, genuine. But for foreigners, it can also become a trap. You are welcomed into families, you are fed, included, embraced, and slowly you begin to feel responsible for people who were never your responsibility. You pay for dinners, then school fees, then emergencies, then debts. And every time you say yes, saying no becomes harder. Not because they force you, but because you don't want to disappoint them. This is not manipulation, it's culture. But if you don't understand it, it can swallow you whole. Hidden financial pressure. Many foreigners move to the Philippines because life is cheaper, money lasts longer, lifestyle feels easier. But here's the hidden danger. The more people think you have, the more people expect from you. Birthdays, hospital bills, electricity, Wi-Fi, emergency loans. You become the fallback option. Not out of greed, but because in many families, you are now the most stable person in the group. You are not a local, no matter how long you stay. Many expats say, I feel more at home here than in my own country. And emotionally, that may be true. But socially, culturally, legally, economically, you are still an outsider. You may be loved, welcomed, respected, but you do not belong to the system. You don't have generational family networks, deep-rooted safety nets, lifetime community ties. When things go wrong, you realize very quickly you are on your own. The relationship risk. Love in the Philippines is real, but it is intense, fast, emotionally immersive, and for many foreigners, overwhelming. You are not just in a relationship with a partner, you are in a relationship with parents, siblings, cousins, extended relatives, neighbors. You become part of a village ecosystem. And while that can be beautiful, it can also create emotional pressure, silent expectations, invisible financial ties. You may think you're dating one person, but in reality, you're entering a whole world of responsibility, and leaving is never simple. The comfort trap. The Philippines is easy to get comfortable in. Too comfortable. Slow mornings, cheap food, warm weather, simple days, and without realizing it, you stop growing. You stop planning. You stop thinking about the future. Years pass. Money drains slowly. Health declines gradually. Energy fades quietly. Until one day, you realize you don't know how to leave or where you'd even go. Social isolation behind smiles. Foreigners often feel surrounded by people, yet deeply alone. You're included, but never fully understood. You're welcomed, but never fully one of them. Conversations stay light. Problems stay hidden. Emotions stay internal. And slowly, you become quiet too. You stop expressing your struggles because you don't want to burden anyone, and your world becomes smaller without you realizing it. Emotional dependency. Some expats rely on a partner, a friend group, a single support circle, and when that circle disappears, everything collapses. Breakups hit harder, friendships drift, people move on, and suddenly you are alone in a foreign country with no backup plan and no sense of identity outside that life. That is a danger no tourist brochure will ever warn you about. The final truth. The Philippines is not a dangerous country. The people are kind. The culture is beautiful. The spirit is strong. But the real dangers here are not physical. They are emotional, relational, social, financial, psychological. They happen slowly, quietly, silently, and they only affect those who never take the time to understand the culture before becoming part of it. The Philippines can be the best place you'll ever live, or the place that quietly destroys you, depending on how self-aware you are. If you respect the culture, if you set boundaries, if you stay grounded, you will thrive here. But if you ignore the unseen risks, they will find you eventually.